Well, hello, students. It's Mrs. Coley. I hope you're having an incredible day today and you're feeling happy and you feel confident in your math skills. Today I'm going to be teaching you a very important concept for math, and it's about knowing how to solve your story problems using keywords, math talk, and some fluency skills. So I hope you're ready to learn with me. The first thing I want to go over is the first step in solving a story problem, as you remember, is first understanding the math problem. And the best way to understand the math problem is by understanding the key words that are found within your math story problems. And the key words give you clues as far as what is the plan in solving it. So for addition, this would be a great anchor chart to use. And again, you would be on a hunt for these keywords found within that story problem. Words like altogether, sum, add, both, total, increase, in all, combine, plus, or join tells you that your plan is to add the facts together. Let's try another one. Now, if you're looking at a story problem and it tells you to take away, minus, how much is left, or comes out and says subtract, how many more of one thing than the other, what the difference is, take something away, what's fewer, if it tells you to decrease something or it's less than, you know that you're going to be subtracting those facts. Let's try another one. Okay, so let's say you have words like twice as many, or to times it, or groups of, or per, or each, or double, or equal groups, or it comes out and says to multiply, or how many are all together when it's talking about groups. Then you know that you must multiply those facts together. And last but not least, sometimes you're going to see these words in your story problem. It's going to talk about actually coming out and telling you to divide something, how many are in each, or between, if you cut them up, if you share them, if there's half as many, or it tells you to divide it by, or how many in each, then you know that you'll be dividing those facts. So let's now take a look at a story problem, and our second step for today is understanding the story problem and then being able to use number representations to show our thought process. So here's a boy by the name of Derek, and the story problem reads, "My sister gave me drawing paper for my birthday. There were 32 sheets. I want to make it last for 8 days." So your mission, students, is to find how many sheets Derek can use each day if he uses the same number of sheets each day. Okay, in order to know the plan, we need to know what the key words are. So let's go ahead now. We understand it. We have 32 sheets total that were given to Derek by his sister as a birthday present. And he wants to, use those sheets for 8 days. And so his question is, and your mission to help Derek is, well, how many sheets can he use each day in order to have 32 sheets for 8 days? Okay, so the key word here would be how many sheets each day. So let's go back to our different posters and see if we see the word how many sheets for each day. Okay, so everybody look over here. Do you see anything that says how many sheets for each day? I don't. Okay, you said no. What about for subtracting those facts? Do you see anything that says how many sheets for each day? I don't. So it's not subtraction. So, here's each. So then this says the word each day, but it says equal groups all together, groups of per day. So it could be multiplication if it's talking about each, but it says how many in each would be division. This says how many sheets in each for each day. So the question would be, if we have a total of 32 sheets, would we want to multiply 32 sheets by 8 days? Is that going to tell us how many to use each day? Or would we be needing to divide the 32 sheets by 8 days? So we're going to get a smaller number as our answer. So we need to write down what are the key words. So we found that it's each day. Each. So how many sheets for each day? So how many sheets for each day? And we looked at our options. We saw that in the multiplication chart, it did mention each day, right here, each, or equal groups. But this is how many sheets in each for each day. So the plan, as you know, we wouldn't want to multiply these numbers together because we know the total number is 32 sheets. So we need to solve for each day. So it needs to be smaller than 32. So we know that this definitely is going to be division. That is our plan. Division. So as you know, there's 4 steps to solving a story problem. Today our goal was, it was our I can statement that I can use keywords to help me solve story problems. So we looked at the keywords for each of the different operations. We found the word each day in our story problem and noticed that if you have the word each, how many in each, which is how many in each day, it was definitely more leaning toward division, but we also saw the word each in multiplication right here. See how many in each and the word each. So we looked at both options, both plans, and we felt that we needed a smaller number. We don't want to multiply because then you're going to get a really big number, and we have a total of 32 sheets. So we understand our problem. We know our plan. So the third step is to solve it. So in solving this problem, we would take our 32 sheets divided by 8 days. So if each one of these squares represents a day, how many sheets can Derek use each day? Well, if you know what 32 divided by 8 is, it equals 4, but you could also go ahead and visualize this with a representation and put 4 in each of those days, and then go ahead and use some kind of an addition problem to get your answer. What's 4 plus 4, 8? 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 And then simply just take 8 plus 8 is 16, 8 plus 8 is 16, 16 plus 16 is 32. So yeah, we kind of checked our work. Yes. So the quotient or the answer to this division problem is 4. Now, every good student knows that they need to check their work. So you could take and use the inverse operation to check your answer. So we could do 8 days times by 4 sheets, but maybe you don't know what 8 times 4 is. Maybe you do. You would know that it's 32 sheets of paper total. It doesn't, even though this is the way it would be written out, if you don't know what 8 times 4 is, the easier way to diagram this would be by doing 4 groups of 8. So this would be very fast and very simple. Then you would do your 2 groups added together, 2 groups added together. So 8 plus 8 is 16, 16 plus 16 is 32. So I checked my work. Not too bad. Okay, so how would you use math keywords to help you solve story problems? So you could look at these really quickly and use this anchor chart also to help you in future story problems, in knowing what should I do until you become more confident in knowing how to solve the story problems correctly. What I mean is by choosing the correct plan. And the best way is by being on the lookout for these keywords. That is definitely a great way to help you get started in this process. The next thing I wanted to go over is our math talk. So math talking about what we're doing helps us in better understanding what our answer is and in being able to try to solve things by ourselves and developing that confidence that we need and that resilience to be more proficient at our math skills. So what I'd like you to practice doing is having some goals in mind. I would like you, number 1, to be flexible in your thinking, meaning as you talk with other students and they do math in a different way, just know that there's not just one way to solve a problem. There's many different ways to solve it and get the same answer. So it's great to explore new ways of thinking is number 2. And another goal that we need to have is feeling confident in communicating mathematics with our fellow classmates and not being shy and timid about it, but having confidence in our abilities to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, and in coming up with some number representations that show our thinking process. And also another great skill is number 4 is develop confidence through your mental math skills and not always having to write things down, but to be able to combine things in certain ways that make it easy for you to solve problems quickly and with accuracy. So my expectations are to not readily give you an answer, but to make you really stop and think and develop confidence for yourself. Instead of always relying on me, I will record your answers on the board. I'm going to ask questions to help guide you to answers, and then I will be restating the answers that you provide. What you'll be doing is you're going to silently have some think time to solve things in your mind or on paper if needs be. You're going to give me a thumbs up when you have the answer. And when you agree with someone else, you can give them the hang loose sign, which is the symbol here. Or when you disagree, you can give them a thumbs down. And we would want you to defend yourself in such a way that you could explain why you came up with the answer that you did. And we'll listen to the other person and see why they came up with a different answer. So this helps us to be able to think more independently and have confidence with our math skills. These are different ways that you can draw your number representations or provide number representations. You can draw what you're thinking. You can write it like an equation or a number sentence. You can talk with someone about it, write a story problem about it, or use manipulatives in the classroom to show your thought process. So what I'd like you to do is take out some scratch paper or use your math journal, and I would like you to find the answer for 4 times 7. Go ahead and do that right now. Now, if you already learned it as a math fact, that's advantageous to you. If you don't know it as a math fact, or if you do, I'd like you to show your work and use one of these types of number representations to explain how you got your answer to 4 times 7. Right here. Explain how you figured out your answer. This is part of our math talk time. Also, I'd like you to draw a picture that shows what 4 times 7 is, and then also write a story problem for 4 times 7. So I'll go ahead and stop this video while you answer 1, 2, 3, and 4 for me. Thank you so much. Okay, welcome back. Let's go ahead and do a think time with this. I'm going to go ahead and call on some of you students, and I will be writing your answers on the board. And we're going to see if we have some different ways of thinking and see how many of us got the answer to 4 times 7, or if we ended up with a different answer than others. So let's go ahead and use this time wisely so all of us can feel like we are smart cookies and we all did a great job today. Okay, so stop this video and enjoy your math talk time. Well, welcome back, students. We're now going to move on to some mental math fluency skills. And so I don't want anybody to give up. I want everybody to give me a thumbs up right now, just like our little donut is, because he's reminding us, do not give up. And he's our friendly math donut that reminds us to always have confidence in our math skills. So some of the ways that we can develop more confidence in our mental math skills is by practicing these number strings. So I'd like everybody in their math journal to write down the answer to 6 times 2, 6 times 10, 6 times 500, and 6 times 512. Okay, ready, go. Again, we're going to be doing math talk time, so I'll be calling on some of you and we'll see how many of us have the same answers and how we have different answers and explore mental math skills using number strings. Hope you have fun. Okay, let's try division. Let's try 12 divided by 4, 4,000 divided by 4, 800 divided by 4, and 4,812 divided by 4, focusing on our speed and accuracy using mental math skills. Ready? Begin. Welcome back. Let's try another number string. This time you're going to be doing 4 times 50, 10 times 50, 14 times 50, and 14 times 49. Ready? Begin. Good job. Now we're going to be playing alike or different. So it says 3 of these boxes are alike and 1 is different. Which 3 are alike? Which 1 is different? Why is it different? Okay, go ahead and we'll have math talk time where we compare our answers with other students in our class and look at different ways of solving this problem and compare our thought processes. Ready? Begin. Good job. Let's try another one. This time we're going to play true or false. We need to determine whether the equations below are true or false and discuss why each one is true or false. Ready? Begin. Okay, now we're going to do math talk time where we're going to discuss this as a class using our expectations that we've talked about, where everybody is going to show what answers they got, which of these are true, which of these are false, and be able to defend their answers. Have fun. Good job. Let's try our next one. Okay, so if you're given 8 times 25, I was just going to show you different ways of solving this without having to use what I call cross multiplication. And that's where you just kind of decompose, use some type of distributive property of multiplication to help you solve this. This is when you would take 2 times 4 and break that apart, times by 25. Well, I know that 2 times 25 is 50, and I know what 50 times 4 is 200. So that's one way, or you can split apart the 25 in 5 by 5, and then just take what's 8 times 5 is 40, what's 40 times 5. Well, I know that 4 times 5 is 20, add a 0. So there's so many different strategies to use when using mental math skills. Okay, now we're going to play a fun Can You Make It game. It's another type of game. And I'd like you to look. If I chose the number 36 and I gave you these one-digit numbers 6, 2, 9, 5, 2, and 3, and I asked you to combine them in different ways to equal 36, would you be able to do that? Well, let me show you some combinations that you could use. You could take the one-digit number 2 and the one-digit number 5, combine them, make the number 25, and add 9 plus 2, and that should equal 36. What about if you took 6 times 5 is 30, added by what's 9 take away 3 is 6, so 30 plus 6 is, 30 plus 6 is 36. What about this? What if you take the number 3 and the number 9 and you subtract it by 5 plus 2 is 7? Does that equal 36? It sure does. And again, 25 plus 11 is 36. So this is just really fun to help us get used to making numbers, developing fluency with our mental math skills. So we'll be playing this game again with a different number and with a different combination of one-digit numbers. Hopefully you had fun. Well, I hope you enjoyed this math lesson today. I know I had fun sharing it with you. And I want you to pat yourself on the shoulder right now and say, good job, smart cookie. Boys and girls, I think each one of you is a smart cookie, and I'm so proud of you for having resilience and trying your very best today. Well, I hope you're smiling, and I hope you have a great day. And always remember that math rules and that you could accomplish anything you want if you think you can. Until next time, boys and girls, bye-bye.